welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi Rook. If you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to ring that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. Today I'm going to do a foundation review on the new Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic acid. It's a long wear foundation. In the video today, I'm going to apply this. I'm going to do a wear test. I'm going to show you how it looks on my skin. I do have really dry skin. I have a little discoloration, so I do like sometimes to have a heavier coverage foundation. A lot of the heavier coverage foundations look a lot heavier on my skin because it is quite dry. So I want to show you how this looks on my skin, my thoughts on this foundation. It's a really inexpensive foundation from the drugstore, so if you'd like to see my thoughts on the new Catrice foundation, just keep watching. So I'm going to go ahead and start with primer. I'm going to use the No Problem Primer Essence from Touch in Sol. So I've been using this quite a lot. It's a very thin, lightweight, super hydrating primer. So this is something that I would use just on the regular for pretty much any foundation. It's really hydrating. It prevents my skin from being dry, and it's just a really good middle of the road, kind of a basic hydrating primer. It isn't mattifying and it doesn't help with pores. It is a very just hydrating serum-y type primer, which I thought would be great because it's not going to alter the finish of the foundation at all. So we will really get to see how the foundation looks just on top of a normal hydrated base. So I just squeeze this onto my cheeks. I do put a good amount just because I really love how this hydrates and it really makes my skin just feel nice. So I'm just going to apply that with my hands and blend that in. I do already have my eyeshadow on and I have some lashes on today, which I rarely wear lashes, but I wanted to try out those magnetic lashes that I did a review quite a few months ago, and I haven't used them again just because I don't use lashes very often, but I just thought it would look really nice with this look. Alright, so there is that all rubbed in and massaged into my skin. I just love this primer. I think it's a really great hydrating primer. While that primer is settling into my skin, I figured we would go ahead and go over the details of this foundation. So this is the Catrice, this is the True Skin Hydrating Foundation. It has hyaluronic acid and it is long wear. You get 1 fluid ounce, and I have this in cold cashmere. This is 010. One thing about this foundation is that it doesn't have a huge color range. There are only 20 colors in the range, and Ulta only carries about 8 of them, which is a little disappointing. This is 08, so this is like the 4th or 5th in. So they run really light, which is great, but they don't run super dark, which is kind of disappointing. So it says True Skin but Better Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed oil leaves a perfectly even skin tone, natural matte finish, medium to high coverage with comfortable feeling skin. What initially attracted me to this foundation, not only is it Catrice, which I really love their matte foundation, and for a dry skin person to love a matte foundation, that is probably one of the only ones that does work for me. So I figured if their matte foundation works for me, their hydrating is definitely going to work for me. As a whole, I really enjoy Catrice as a brand. Everything I've tried from them is really nice. I love that they're affordable. They're probably one of the more affordable brands from the drugstore, which I really enjoy. I did see a few other YouTubers reviewing this foundation and it looked so incredible on the skin, so I really wanted to try it out. So I found this color in cool cashmere. I didn't know if it was going to work, but I figured it would worth a try. Comes with a really cool pop. It is quite messy. I have tried this a couple times just to get a little initial thoughts on the foundation, but I'm going to do a wear test today to really show you as long as I can wear it and how it looks towards the end. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply a little bit on my cheek. So I'm actually going to apply this 2 different ways. I'm going to use a sponge. These are the Beauty Bakery little egg sponges. I got these in my BoxyCharm. They are super soft. They feel really great. I think they're going to apply foundation fantastically. I haven't tried these before. And then I'm going to try this very strange, is a teardrop like a brush, really super soft. This is from Alosi, I believe is the name. I got this in my Boxy Luxe, so I'm going to try that out. I've never tried a brush like this, but I figured it would be worth a try and we'll see how this looks. So on this one side of my face, I am going to use my sponge and just apply that and pounce that into my skin. So what I've noticed about this foundation is that it does have a really great amount of coverage. It's not super full coverage, but it does have a medium buildable coverage, which I would like, and it is very hydrating on the skin. Don't apply too much just because I like to apply my foundation in layers. I like to add a small layer, and then if I want more coverage, I will apply more. And then on the other side, I'm going to go in with this brush. It seems so weird to try. I've never tried it before. Super nice and soft on my skin. I don't... So I'm I'm going to apply a little bit more because I feel like this brush really ate up a lot of the product. Let's see. I do not think I'm going to like this brush. It is just like smearing the product and it's really not blending it into my skin. I'm going to stop with this because I'm not a huge fan of that, and I'm just going to go in with a sponge. It just applies it so much better. That brush maybe would work better for like self-tanner or something like that, but it does not work for a foundation. And so the color works pretty good. For me, it's definitely a very cool toned foundation, which I would rather a cool tone than warm tone, so that's fine with me. So up close, this foundation really looks nice. It has a really nice amount of hydration and glow. If you can see that, you can definitely see the hydration on my skin. It looks really nice. It blends into my skin really incredibly. I really like how this foundation works and how it wears, and this color is perfect for me. So I'm going to go ahead and apply just a little bit more on my cheeks and see how much I can build this up without it looking cakey, and apply a little bit more to my forehead. And then just pounce that in. I really like these sponges actually. Now that I've been working with this a little bit more, these Beauty Bakery sponges seem to be working really great. Another great thing about this foundation, it seems to set itself down really well, so it's not sticky, so I don't have to set it really at all with powder. I'm just going to set my concealer like I always do, but I'm not going to put any powder on my face because it does look really nice without it. So there is that foundation. It has a really great amount of glow. I like how this foundation sets down. It feels almost dry on my skin already. It's not super tacky. So this foundation is not very luminous. It definitely just looks hydrating, but it looks really skin-like. It doesn't look like I have a ton of foundation on my face, even though I do have a medium to almost full coverage. And it looks just great, and that's with 2 layers. This is probably the most foundation I've been able to apply onto my skin without it looking super cakey. It just looks really skin-like and flawless. Okay, so there is the foundation applied. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to finish my makeup, and then I will come right back. Alright, so here is the finished look. Oh my gosh, I love how this turned out. Honestly, this foundation is so incredible. It's so hydrating, but yet medium to full buildable coverage. It has a lot of coverage and it looks so great on my skin. It sets down so I don't have to powder it at all. I did add quite a bit of setting spray, but I normally do that because I do like a little bit more luminous appearance. But I really love how this turned out. I love how this looks. It's a foundation that I would personally wear like on a wedding day. I'm going to do as long a wear test as I possibly can. It is 11:30 right now. I want to show you how well this sits on my skin and how it actually gets better looking through time. Keep watching for my wear test, but I love this foundation. I think it is a really great one, but I will see you here in a couple hours to show you how it looks later on in the day. Hi guys, so I wanted to show you this foundation in the sunlight, a little up close and personal. It just looks so fresh. So this has just recently been applied. It's not been on here for very long, but this foundation just looks incredible. I mean, I'll show you up my forehead, my under eye area, around my mouth. For as much coverage as I have, I would expect this to look a little bit more cakey than it does. It looks super skin-like. It doesn't look heavy on my face at all. So I'm really excited for the wear test. I'm excited to go work out and see how this works through my sweat, if it splotches off, because that is one thing I haven't tested with this foundation. I have worn it, but I have not worked out in it. So I'm going to go do that, and then in a couple hours, I will do another like in the sunlight type realistic look on my makeup. Hi guys, okay, so here is my last check-in for the day. It's 5:30, so it's been 6 hours since I put my makeup. I will say that my makeup is just looking flawless. I love how this wears. So foundations I find wear one of 3 ways. Either they fade just completely off, or they get drier as you wear them, or they get more luminous, a little more oily as you wear it. This one definitely gets a little bit more oily as you wear it. I'd say this probably won't work great for someone who has oily skin, but if you have dry skin, this is just a great foundation. It works really well. I don't see any fading. It's not looking cakey. It's looking just gorgeous. I really love the finish of this foundation, and I definitely think it's worth it. Those are my final thoughts on this foundation. I hope that was helpful, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye guys.